Hi everyone, you have found what to play next. Bring everything is awesome, and I do mean awesome in gaming. This is Archimedean Dynasty. So we like to go back and we find out for you, like what happened in gaming, like what's going on there. So they were exploring the way that dual cameras work way before, we really hit it with Elder Scrolls and that sort of thing, because they wanted to do things like flight simulations. So Archimedean Dynasty was one of the ones that really just jumped in there and did it. They used pirates and underwater and that sort of thing instead of outer space. So they took it in a direction that we still find viable. People are still studying things like underground biodomes and that sort of thing as an alternative to immediately launching us
in the
onto
deep sea.
Mars,
You're not
for
on the
instance.
ground just because you stopped sinking. Peacetime is hard times for merces like me. I used to be grateful for every job, no matter how boring or senseless it was.
That's
It's part of my
interesting
routine to
philosophy.
provide protection for supply boats and transports. It was my job to guard a sulfur shipment heading from the Gulf of Bengal to the Argentine Basin. Now, sulfur isn't a particularly attractive prize for pirates or anarchists, so I got to wondering why a
Smelly.
protective convoy was necessary, especially since there'd been few pirate attacks recently. The captain of the transporter insisted on taking the slalom route through the Malay archipelago, crossing the South Pacific so as to round Cape Horn. I thought maybe he wanted to give himself and the crew a little entertainment in the pleasure domes of the Malay archipelago. A few whores, some surface simulation, who knows? I
Got
had
some
nothing
good
against the
boat
idea.
glory holes
We
there.
passed south of the domes and headed straight for the South Pacific Basin. They came at us from every direction. A torpedo exploding close off my bow jolted me from my
So you can see the
daydreams.
flaring interface and how they use that similar to Wing
A
Commander.
small fleet
called
of fighter
Pioneer
boats
it.
under the flag of the Shogun encircled us. It probably wasn't monarchists, just bandits from the tornado
Monarchists.
zone. As a greeting, they sent us a flash shark, which penetrated the outer wall of the freighter and knocked out its electrical system. A hungry swarm of bull sharks was after me. It's
We
no
turned
fun in
tail
a
and
fix
ran.
like that if you've only got a dilapidated boat with one firing tower. The automatic finder picked out the approaching torpedoes and sent them to the bottom one after the other, while the only thing I could do was fire a few feeble thresher sharks against the agile boats. Then three things happened at once. My location system failed, an explosion astern set my boat rolling, and a smart Shogun bomber, flashing painted teeth, appeared, hovering right in front of me.
Ooh.
I might have known that she was behind it all. My own personal nightmare from the depths of the tornado zone. I closed the valves on my suit, crawled into the escape hatch, and angrily jettisoned my lifeboat with a blast of compressed air.
Do you believe in serendipity? Do we constantly
And not
go
a
back to
second
people
too
we know?
soon.
Or
My
does
crippled
fate bring
boat
us
rolled
together?
over and sank into darkness as the grinning bomber strafed my titanium capsule with a salvo of hard-cased shot.
Sucks. It's one way to get rid of it. It does. Just bomb them onto the ocean floor.
One glance at the freighter confirmed what I feared. Two enemy boats had docked on. The crew was being dealt with already. Before I
Muerte.
passed out, I thought of my failure, and I wondered why the hell the anarchists needed sulfur so bad.
I want to know about the monarchists. I want to know about these crazed pirates that go out there and they're anarchists, but they support a monarchy. That's hilarious. There's a regime, they're like the opposite of anarchists. A regime if they're French.
I came to, freezing on a cold metal floor, and I didn't know which was sharper, the features of the woman or the blade of the knife she threatened me with.
It's
She was a
unfortunate.
Russo-Japanese named Hung Lung, which means Red Dragon. A long time ago in a penal colony in the
You
Sea of
pronounced it
Okhotsk,
properly.
I slept with her. But at that moment, feelings of nostalgia stayed deep. She was the enemy, always had been. I defeated her once in a fight
The
at the edge
sleeping
of the
part is
Sandwich
important,
Trench
kids.
and spared her life. She's like
Totally
me,
different.
and our paths have crossed often. And she's always my enemy.
Sleeping with the enemy.
We didn't talk much. She said it would be child's play to slit my throat, but the world still needed me now that evil was reaching out of the
children
depths.
do.
I don't know what she meant by that, but it was the first time I ever heard fear in her voice.
Let's get to our mission.
The Ronin didn't kill me. She did the same as I had done at the Sandwich Trench. She gave me a tank full of breathing gas and expelled me from a lock into the ocean.
Poetic justice. Women are vindictive like that.
The breathing gas had almost run out
quit.
when an Atlantic ore freighter picked me up.
Do you?
They brought me to the Argentine Basin, where an unpleasant meeting with my employer was waiting for me. That's
those
where
are the
this whole
best.
damn business started.
Why don't we just skip those? Can't we just get, like, can they post notices on these unpleasant things instead? Everybody finds out anyways. Autopilot, approaching the Magellan. What's on the Magellan, sir?
Magellan, extraction of biogenic sediments.
Oh my god!
5,423 meters.
Wrist TV. Shut your yap! Admiral Deadeye Flynn himself, and alive. Hold on. I have one option? I heard you were in a really good mood. Small wonder, you and El Topo set me up. No one set you up, you screwed up the mission. I do not feel like... Raise your hand if you don't feel like it was me. Like, where was I? It's between me and El Topo. I had a cheap boat. El Topo was stingy and it cost him. I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. He'll be calling you any minute. You can tell him yourself. Alright, so we got the dock, we got the hangar. What can we mess around with here? Dock, hangar. Enter, right click. There's gonna be a hotspot on here. I love the pixel hunt. There's gonna be a hotspot on here. There we go. And it pops me up into a larger picture. So these were really interesting. Not a lot going on here. How about this one? They gave you like the little view, like when you clicked on the parts of again. Wing Commander did pioneer it. Let me see. First I want a shadow on my face. I have a light o'clock shadow. Love the dock. There we go. Arms dealer, friend. What are you? Steel armor. What else do we have? Spy 1. Can I have this? Might I have this? No. I don't have anything to put it on, so it's unfortunate. How about you? What you got for me? Light, you're a mercenary. Emerald Flint. I'm Linda Kroll. I heard about your accident. Oh. Who hasn't? It's been on every data channel. Relax, I'm a mercenary too. If one of us gets in trouble, it doesn't stay a secret long. Deadeye Flynn is the best. It's the situation down here. Shortage of decent food, we had a few attacks from Tornado Zone. Particularly, I hear the anarchists from Boris Santiago hate El Topo. Interesting. If they're looking to push out in the Atlantic. The Argentinian basin is strategically important. How tenacious are they? Go talk to Crosshead. He leads the guards. Should be in Vespucci. Next to the tip, Linda. They seeing each other again. I don't think so. I'm on my way to McGuire Ridge. Good luck. He's a merchant. Hey, stranger. It's not the real thing in Malaysia. Been to the leisure complex. Interesting. Poor tradesmen can't afford one of these things. Maybe we should change jobs. Wretched gang. Need contaminated oxygen. Use the oxygen to make decomposing breathing gas. Sold to diggers and clay builders. None of the time or the money. It's a little bit of gossip there. Light, man, what's up? I guess at the bottom of the ocean is important. We after here in the Argentinian basin. El Topo, you know him? Who doesn't know him? He's a legend. Living one too. He drinks all of his men under the table. We're gonna trust him because of it. He's best boss in Aqua. I'll pass that along. It's your job. Sediment caterpillar extracting opal and calcium. Interesting. So I'm basically just kind of kicking around here. There he is. Sorry I made a mess of it. Can you imagine how sorry I am? It simply won't do. I'll make up for it. You'll have your chance. Right now, my secretary, Perry Lassell, needs an escort. He's on the Vespucci. Oh, okay, good. That's where I'm headed. It's not a job, it's an order. Watch out, Flynn. The mob from the tornado zone have been working the streets, making the streets unsafe. Where do you want him? Bring Perry to me in the asylum promptly. Aye, sir. Alrighty, so we have our first job. Really interesting, like I said, you get to kind of like work with the bases that we had in Star Fox and Wing Commander and so on. We're going to the asylum. But you also get to have that back and forth that you had in Sid Meier's Pirates, in what else? They skipped it in Caesar, and that was heartbreaking because it was like such a great simulation builder. But yeah, so you either get that experience through plot, like you do in modern day Royal Story and
Topos Asylum, El Topos Fortress, 2,826 meters.
What you're doing is moving from node to node by fast travel, but we're just not really worried about it, you know? So we have all the docks and everything here, and we can move back and forth. And there's El Topo's office, so we can progress to the next part of the storyline. So really interesting how they laid the interface out. They're actually doing that now with Adventure, because it makes the jump to Mongol. So you're able to use this to use the lovingly hand-drawn graphics, as you can see, and then put mini games inside of that and put the plot in between that. So we don't have the plot going in between that. We have that with the dialogue. It's internal here. It's external in an adventure game. Really interesting game, though. If you've never played it, Archimedean Dynasty, it's like nothing bucks on good old games, GOG. We play them a lot. So put a link in the description below. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer Coffee shipped to your door. They'll put your logo on merch for like nothing bucks so you can support the Pirate Queen. I love my logo so much. I got it on 5R. I couldn't believe it. So if you want to, get some stickers, some coffee mugs and stuff, and just pimp us out. We love when you send people to the channel. We love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride. Coffee is down there if you want to donate a coffee $1 and make this chick smile. Or you can join the tribe on Patreon if you're like, oh my god, I love, hearing about gaming. If you're a little bit more into that sort of thing. Totally cool. We've been here since the beginning. I know TV, movies, a little bit, gaming definitely, books, the whole thing through WOTC. My dad was friends with Raymond E. Feast, so that was a great crossover there. We got to learn a lot. And then obviously, I helped him launch Bethesda Softworks through my social contacts online. That's where I cross over into TV. And I've always stayed interested, so you can hit us up there. But if you're a lurker, we love you too. We love that, just that you're here and sharing the experience. So smash the subscribe button, get the little thumbnail, hit the bell, get the little thumbnail, and just see if you want to tune in, if it's the sort of thing that you're into, or if you have 10, 15 minutes. Stay safe, game on, and we'll see you in the next video.